So thank you for taking the time out to learn about our loans, homes, and credit repair. This is Dwayne Eddings, CEO of MCC LLC. I have with me our CFO and also the Vice President of Family First Funding, Mr. Edward Kenmure. Mr. Kenmure, if you could just share with the audience real quick, how do you see this program working and how people can participate and earn money for their families?
Sure. Thanks for bringing me aboard, Dwayne. I'm happy to spend a few minutes with you and your audience, and let me get right to it. So I think the concept that we put together is phenomenal. What it does is it allows just about everyone in your group, if not everyone, to be able to participate in credit repair, real estate transactions, as well as home loans. We are in a position at this time where we can actually share, based on lead revenue sources, the ability for someone to bring a lead into the company, for the company to write the loan, and then actually pay for that lead as a lead. It's called lead generation. So we buy leads all day long, and that's how we can participate. What's really cool about it is all the different products that we have to offer. You know, everyone has the regular conventional loans and the FHA loans and the VA loans. We also have individual products, as we discussed earlier, that actually allow self-employed people to qualify on things like bank statements, assets. So these things would help us allow more of your clientele and more of the members of your group to become part of the program and make some money.
Excellent. Now, one thing I learned, Mr. Kenmure, being in business in real estate for many, many years, and now being in direct sales for the last 10 years, is that loan officers and realtors are always looking for leads. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. That is the hardest part of the business. I can teach you how to write a loan. You can take a course on qualifying to become a loan officer and spend the time to do it, but I can't teach you how to get a lead unless you really are driven to go get them.
Absolutely. And another thing we know is that direct sales or network marketers are always looking for that new product or that niche product they can refer their family and friends to. One of the things we're very excited about is this is the first time ever this industry, real estate, has been introduced into network marketing. Now, we have some that worry about the legalities of this. Can you talk about the legalities?
Absolutely. You know, it has always been prevalent in the past where you cannot just pay someone for bringing you a lead. Someone just can't say, hey, call my friend Tony and I'm going to give you some money. But because the marketplace has grown to where it is, and with the advent of computers and the internet, we are able to buy leads. So we can work with MCC, as MCC is our lead source. So instead of buying leads from Google or buying leads from Zillow, we will buy leads from MCC. And these leads will be brought to MCC through all of its members, thus allowing them to share in the revenue of it.
Excellent. So for those that's listening, what's so nice about this, you don't have to be licensed to refer somebody. We're going to show you just how simple it is to really refer someone through your website and get pre-qualified. Now, when you do this, and it's an acceptable loan after it's received by Family First Funding, and all the information checks out, the right social, the right email, the person's actually looking for a loan, and they accept it in their database, then it will generate a commission, $70 to the referring agent and $15 to the upline leader. So we're very, very excited about that, about those options. So, Mr. Kenmure, if you will, if you can just kind of take us through with those listening and take us through the site. We'll just share your screen and show them how they will go onto their website. And right now, because we are beta testing, talk about the cities that we're beta testing in, and then show them how they would simply hit the pre-qual and go through a little format for me.
Absolutely. Once you get there, you're going to see that we've now partnered with MCC LCC, and you will see that it is being powered by Family First Funding. That's myself and my organization right there. Very easily, the next thing that the member or the member's associate has to do is come right down here and hit Get Pre-Qualified. Very simple. Once you get pre-qualified, you're going to see a series of very simple questions. Nothing too hard is going to pop up for you to check. So let me go through it. Are you working with a loan originator now? You all better be saying no, so that you can work with Family First Funding, and you'll simply just click no. Second question, what are you looking to do? Well, let's say it's a purchase. What type of home are you interested in purchasing? Well, I'm looking for a single family home. We click it again. Will this be your primary home? What does that mean, folks? Does that mean, is this going to be the home that you and your family will be living in? In our case, I'm just going to click yes. Have you or your spouse served in the military? Very important question. If you or your spouse has, you would click yes, and that would take you to a point in our screen where we will be able to qualify you for a VA loan. If you've not been in the military, simply click no, as I have, and there you are. You're into the next question. Approximately, what price home are you looking for? Just to keep it simple, we'll leave the numbers that are there, but all you have to do is move this bar like this, and you can put down the number that you're looking to do. So for argument's sake, let's stick with 240. And now I'm going to click continue. How much do you plan to put down? Folks, we know you may not know what the real answer here, so I would tell you to click 3 or 3.5% unless you absolutely know you want to put down more. So for argument's sake, I'm going to use the FHA number and click 3.5. Next question is, will you be receiving a gift for any of the down payment? Simply click yes or no. For our argument, I'm going to put no. And in which state do you plan on purchasing the home? Click the little tab. The states that we're available in currently will pop up. Right now we have Connecticut, Florida, New Jersey, New York, Maryland, Missouri, and Pennsylvania. For you folks not in those states, don't worry. Within the upcoming months, we have at least 5 or 6 more states coming on board, including Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, California, and there's another one that I'm missing. But for argument's sake today, let's just click New Jersey because I happen to be sitting in New Jersey. And now I'm going to hit continue. Have you put a contract on a home yet? Well, hopefully you're getting pre-qualified so you don't make a mistake and try to buy a home that you're not qualified for. So I would say no. And what's your email address? Now we're going to put an email address in. Let's see if I can just make one up. bob@gmail.com. Now it's going to ask you a little bit about your credit. Now we will be able to pull your credit when that time comes. But for the moment, if you think you've got better than a 740 score, you would hit diamond. If you're between 720 and 739, we'll hit platinum. For our case, let's put gold, between 680 and 719. Have you had a bankruptcy or foreclosure in the last 7 years? We'll say no. Who referred you to us? Now, this is important. You want to put either yourself, if you are a current member, or whoever referred you to our site. So if you are the actual member of MCC or Surge 365 or whatever group that you're with, you would put your information there. And at some point in time, we're going to have a spot for you to put your member ID. If you were referred, then you'll put the name. So we're going to put Dwayne Eddings as our referrer and just hit continue. What is your first name? So we'll use my name. And you want to put your legal name. Don't put your nickname. Use a real name as it is on your driver's license or your social security card. My last name. Because remember, if we continue, we're going to need to pull information and it has to be correct. What's the best contact number for you? And I've made up a phone number, obviously. When were you born? I just made myself a little younger than I actually am. What's your current address? 123 Jersey Avenue. And that's in Jersey City, New Jersey. Number of them popped up. And hit continue. How long have you lived at the address? Again, it's a sliding scale. You can either go to whatever year you're at. Hit continue. Are you currently employed? Yes. What's the name of your employer? Well, we're going to put Family First Funding. We're going to hit continue. Are you self-employed? At the time, no. Most of your members are probably going to click yes, but if you also have another job, you may want to click no, and then we'll walk you through how we're going to include that other income you have. So for argument's sake, we're just going to put no. How long have you been working at Family First Funding? Let's say 3 years. What's your estimated income? Let's see, what number do I like? That's a nice round number. What's your Social Security number? Now, you don't have to put this in, but you may have to for us to go forward because we cannot qualify you without a credit report. But we will not run any credit reports until a qualified representative here at Family First Funding has gotten back to you, reviewed your information, looked at the numbers, and said to you, I think we can make this work. Now we have to take a look at the credit. We will not just pull credit reports. It doesn't work for you and it doesn't work for us. We want to make sure we're going to give you real good, solid information. So we're always going to talk to you before this comes into play. For argument's sake, we'll put a number in, and then I'm going to hit continue. Will there be a co-borrower? No. As you can see, the little timer over here is clicking, and you're complete. That is all you have to do. That's it. That's all the information we need to get started. Now let me walk you through what's going to happen next. By completing this little information sheet and clicking complete, and it moves over, it's automatically going to shoot your information to mine and my manager's email site. And from there, that information is going to be assigned to one of our qualified loan officers that are registered in the state that you want to get a loan in. So if you're in Maryland, we're going to assign it to a Maryland loan officer. If you're in Pennsylvania, it'll be assigned to a Pennsylvania loan officer. If it's in New Jersey, it'll be a New Jersey loan officer. Why do we do that? We want to make sure that that loan officer that's working for you knows the rules, regulations, and laws of your state and does not make any mistakes whatsoever. When they give you information, it's going to be correct and exact, and you will know exactly where you stand. So they will get it. It'll be automatic, and within 24 hours, you'll receive an email and a question asking when's a great time and place to contact you, whether by phone or by email. Simple as that. That's how it works. Dwayne, back to you.
Excellent information. Eddie, you just talked a little bit to the loan officers. Now, we'd already discussed how a person does not have to be licensed and they'll get the referral coming from MCC. However, we do have a program that allows individuals to get licensed with us through Family First Funding. We actually do a free training course, and then we'll send them on to their specific state to take a state test. And if you will, share with them the commissions of how much one can earn if they became licensed with us.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about if you have no idea about the mortgage banking business and you're brand new here. Let me give you a little scenario on how that works. You need to take a 20-hour course from an accredited school. And that's usually online. There are a number of different places, and we can help you get set up there. Once you do that and complete that course, there is now a test given by the federal government, FPB, and that test, once you pass with the 75, will allow you to become a loan officer. Above and beyond that, while you're taking that course, we are offering training where I and some members of my team are also teaching Mortgage Banking 101. Why do I call it that? Well, the course really takes you through the laws, the regulations, the details, all the things that the federal government and the state want you to know to do the business there. But it doesn't take you through how to be in the business, how to write a loan, how to make it work. It's just assumed that somebody's going to teach you that. So once you have the laws and regulations down and you know what you can and can't do, it is now up to us to teach you how to actually do the business. That's where we come in. We're doing classes on Mondays for an hour and a half, roughly an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 15 minutes, where I'm showing you the nuts and bolts on how to do the application. What do the things mean that you learned on that course? What is a verification of employment? How to read a pay stub? How do you look at a tax return? All the different things you need to know. And the next thing that's most important is how are you going to get business? As we culminate that training, we wind down by saying, Here is how you can get business. Now, there are a bunch of different ways and a bunch of different ideas that Mr. Reddings and I have put together that we're going to try to implement to get loan officers involved. But let me show you one quick way. One of the ways to get really solid business is to be entrenched in your local neighborhood. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you live in Atlanta, Georgia, you're going to want to do business in Atlanta. And the best place to get those loans are from local realtors, local attorneys that have business coming in. So let me give you an example of something that we're going to roll out to some of our loan officers that join on board from around the country. So let's say we have someone that comes into the system and is pre-qualified through our system, and we give them a pre-approval, and they're looking to buy in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, we already have the loan officer in-house that's done the pre-approval, and we have the loan, but we're not just going to turn them loose onto anybody. We're going to look and see who of our loan officers are in Atlanta, Georgia, nearest to where this gentleman is looking to buy, and we're going to refer this client to them. And what we're going to do is say, Bob, the loan officer in Atlanta, Georgia, take my client, Phil, and bring him to a realtor you really want to do business with. Tell them, I'm not coming in asking you for business. I'm coming in giving you business. I'm going to give you a lead, and you're going to earn your commission because my company has pre-qualified this individual, and we know he's qualified to buy a house for $200,000. You've now brought a client to a realtor for them to sell a home, and they're going to make money. What a better way to start a relationship by giving rather than asking. And this is one of the key components in our business. Everybody wants to go around and ask for something. MCC and Family First Funding will help you walk around to your referral partners and give them something. That is probably one of the biggest and strongest ways to build a relationship. What could be better than offering a person to make a commission of $1,500 to $3,000 just by knowing you? Those are some of the things we're looking to do here at MCC and Family First Funding. We're going to have a lot more in the future. We're going to put out these programs. So it will behoove anybody who's in this program that is in the mortgage banking field to give us a call, talk to me, and as we get licensed in your state, we'll bring you on board and show you how to make money.
This has been helpful to you. Again, if you need more information or more detailed information, get back with the person who invited you to this video and get all of your questions answered. And we definitely look forward to seeing you on the beaches of the world. This is Dwayne Eddings from MCC and Mr. Edward Kenmure from Family First Funding signing out.